Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention, because if you recognize even one of these signs in yourself, you are not just ordinary. You are not here by accident. You have been set apart. You have felt it your entire life the way you never quite fit in. The way people tried to bring you down, yet you rose every time. The way you have walked through storms that would have overwhelmed others, yet you keep pushing forward, keep evolving, keep believing. This is not by coincidence you are chosen. And today I am going to unveil 20 undeniable signs that distinguish you from the rest. But understand, this being chosen is not about having an easy life. It is about having a purpose. If you do not recognize these signs, you might overlook the power that has been within you all along. Stay with me until the end, because sign 20, that is the one that will transform everything. She walks with intention. A woman chosen by a higher power does not drift aimlessly, nor does she allow herself to be controlled by the expectations of society. She moves with purpose, carrying a deep sense of knowing that her steps are ordered, even when she cannot see the whole path ahead. She understands that every choice, every challenge, every twist and turn is guiding her towards something greater. She does not live passively, waiting for things to happen. She takes ownership of her journey, stepping forward even when the road is unclear. This kind of woman does not waste energy trying to fit into places that do not align with her destiny. She does not chase approval, applause, or validation. She does not follow fleeting trends or let the noise of the world dictate her value. Instead, she follows an inner calling, one that often sets her apart from the masses. She is not easily swayed by distractions or meaningless pursuits, because she knows that everything she does must serve a higher purpose. When she enters a room, her presence is undeniable, not because she demands attention, but because her energy speaks volumes before she even utters a word. There is something unshakable about her, a confidence rooted not in arrogance but in clarity. She knows exactly who she is, what she stands for, and where she is headed. Because of this, she does not waste time on things that do not contribute to her growth. A woman who walks with purpose does not beg to be understood. She is fully aware that not everyone will comprehend her vision, and she is perfectly fine with that. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable, nor does she dim her light to blend in. Instead, she stands firm in her truth, knowing that those meant to walk alongside her will recognize her value without her having to prove it. She moves with discipline, waking up each day with a plan, a goal, and a reason to keep pushing forward. She understands that purpose is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about creating the moment. She does not sit idly hoping for change. She actively works towards the life she knows she is meant to live. Even when exhaustion sets in, even when doubt whispers in her ear, she continues to move forward, knowing that her journey is not just about her. It is about the lives she is meant to impact. This woman is not afraid of solitude. She understands that sometimes walking in purpose means walking alone. While others crave constant company, she embraces stillness because she knows clarity is often found in solitude. She does not fear being misunderstood, rejected, or underestimated because she knows her purpose is greater than the opinions of others. She has learned that those who do not understand her journey are not meant to be part of it. She is selective with her time, her energy, and her circle. She values relationships, but she does not entertain connections that drain her spirit. She surrounds herself with those who uplift, challenge, and inspire her. She is not afraid to walk away from anything that no longer contributes to her growth, even if it means standing alone for a season. She understands that purpose requires sacrifice. There are times when she must let go of comfort, familiarity, and even relationships to step fully into her calling. But she does not resist this process, she embraces it, knowing that every decision she makes is shaping her into the person she is destined to become. She does not complain about the journey, even when it gets tough. She understands that challenges are not meant to break her, but to prepare her. She faces obstacles with resilience, knowing that each test strengthens her character, sharpens her wisdom, and refines her spirit. She does not see setbacks as failures, but as lessons, necessary detours leading to something greater. A woman who walks with purpose does not allow fear to control her. She understands that fear is merely a distraction, a tool designed to keep her from stepping into her power. She does not let self-doubt stop her from taking action. Even when she does not have all the answers, she moves forward, trusting that clarity will come with each step. She does not settle in her career, her relationships, or her personal growth. She knows her worth, and she does not lower her standards for anything or anyone. She would rather walk alone in purpose than be surrounded by people who do not align with her vision. Most importantly, she understands that her purpose is not just about her. She knows she is here for something far greater than herself. She carries the weight of responsibility, knowing that her voice, her gifts, and her presence are all meant to serve a higher calling. She is not just existing, she is living with the intention to make a difference. And because of that, she will not be stopped. A woman chosen by a higher power does not crumble under pressure. She does not allow hardship to define her, nor does she let challenges break her spirit. Instead, she views adversity as a test, a lesson, and a stepping stone to something greater. She understands that faith is not about having an easy life, it is about having the courage to keep going, even when the road is uncertain. When life knocks her down, she does not stay there, she rises every single time, stronger than before. She does not let failure discourage her. She understands that setbacks are not the end, they are setups for something bigger. She embraces difficulties, knowing they are refining her character, strengthening her resilience, and preparing her for the next level. She does not waver when things get tough. While others may question their path when faced with obstacles, she remains steadfast. She does not allow temporary struggles to shake her belief in a brighter future. She knows that what is meant for her will not pass her by, and no amount of difficulty can take away what is destined to be hers. This kind of woman does not allow circumstances to dictate her mindset. She chooses faith over fear, strength over weakness, and perseverance over defeat. She does not break under pressure because she knows that pressure creates diamonds. She does not complain about the weight she carries because she understands it is preparing her for something far greater. She embraces challenges with open arms, knowing that they are molding her into the woman she is meant to become. She is not shaken by uncertainty. She does not need all the answers to move forward. She simply trusts that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. She does not rush, force, or manipulate outcomes. She moves with patience, allowing life to take its course, knowing that what is meant for her will always find its way. She realizes that some things may not make sense at the moment, but with time, everything will align perfectly. She believes in the process and does not hurry, force, or panic. She moves forward with assurance, even when the entire path is not visible. She understands that faith is not about seeing, but about trusting, even in the absence of proof. She does not easily surrender or allow disappointment to turn into discouragement. She knows that every great story has moments of struggle, doubt, and hardship. However, she also believes that every great story ends in triumph for those who risk to quit. She refuses to be defeated by circumstances. She understands that as long as she continues moving forward, she will reach the destination designed for her. Her faith does not rely on everything going as planned. She does not need perfection to believe she is on the right track. Even in the darkest times, she clings to hope. She recognizes that every challenge carries a purpose, and even when she does not fully grasp it, she chooses to trust that everything is working in her favor. She does not allow temporary storms to make her forget that the sun will shine again. She is not discouraged by setbacks. When doors close, she does not lose heart. She understands that rejection is often redirection. She knows that when something does not work out, it is because something better awaits her. She does not waste energy dwelling on what has been lost. Instead, she focuses on what is ahead. She moves forward with confidence, knowing that no opportunity meant for her will ever slip away. This type of woman is not easily disheartened by failure. She knows that every successful person has faced struggles. She does not let mistakes define her, but instead learns from them, grows from them, and continues pushing forward. She refuses to let the fear of failure hold her back. She understands that true failure only happens when one gives up. As long as she keeps going, she is never truly defeated. She does not let fear dictate her choices. She refuses to live a life controlled by worry or hesitation. She takes bold steps even when uncertain of the outcome. She does not need guarantees to move forward. She trusts that things will unfold as they are meant to. She does not let anxiety rob her of joy or steal her opportunities. She moves with faith, knowing that the path will become clear as she progresses. She serves as an example to others. People observe her and see strength, resilience, and unwavering belief. They wonder how she keeps going when things become difficult. They see her face challenges with a steady heart and an unshaken spirit. What they may not realize is that she has endured the fire, yet it did not consume her, it refined her. She is not strong because life has been easy. She is strong because she has walked through storms and emerged even more resilient. She does not allow negativity to take root in her thoughts. She does not dwell on worst-case scenarios or let doubt cloud her vision. She protects her mind, focusing on possibilities rather than limitations. She understands that her mindset shapes her reality, so she chooses to believe in the best outcomes. She fills her mind with hope, strength, and confidence in what is yet to come. Above all, she understands that unshakable faith is her greatest weapon. She knows that life will test her, but she refuses to let those tests break her spirit. She does not need to see the full picture to trust that everything is falling into place. She believes that as long as she keeps holding on, keeps moving forward, and keeps her faith strong, nothing can stop her from becoming all she is meant to be. She carries herself in a way that commands respect, not through force or intimidation, but through her presence. A woman chosen by a higher power does not beg for respect, she embodies it. She does not lower her standards to fit in, nor does she compromise her dignity to be liked. She moves with quiet confidence, knowing who she is, what she stands for, and what she will and will not accept. Her energy alone speaks volumes before she even says a word. People notice when she enters a room. She does not need to be the loudest or most outspoken, yet when she speaks, people listen. She does not seek attention, but she naturally commands it. Why? Because she carries herself with grace, purpose, and certainty. She walks with her head high, shoulders back, and eyes forward. She does not diminish herself to make others comfortable, nor does she downplay her worth to avoid intimidating others. She is who she is, unapologetically strong, confident, and firm in her values. She does not allow disrespect to go unchallenged. A woman chosen by a higher power does not accept being treated as less than she deserves. She does not let herself be used, manipulated, or taken for granted. She sets clear boundaries and expects them to be respected. If someone crosses the line, she does not stay silent. She does not tolerate mistreatment, whether from a friend, family member, colleague, or partner. She understands that allowing disrespect once only invites it again. She has the wisdom to walk away from anyone who does not recognize her value, and she does not feel the need to explain herself when she does. She respects herself first, and that sets the tone for how others treat her. She does not seek validation from the world. She does not rely on others to tell her who she is or what she is worth. She already knows. Because of this, she does not chase people, beg for love, or seek approval. She stands firm in her truth, and people either respect it or remove themselves from her life. She does not fear being alone, because she knows that solitude is better than surrounding herself with the wrong energy. Her words carry weight. She does not engage in meaningless gossip or unnecessary drama. She speaks with purpose, and when she does, people listen. She does not waste her time on arguments that do not serve her. She does not need to prove herself to anyone. She chooses her words carefully, knowing that true power lies in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. She does not react impulsively to negativity. Instead, she responds with wisdom. This level of self-control makes people respect her even more. She does not entertain disrespect disguised as jokes. Some will test her, pushing boundaries to see what they can get away with, but she is not naive. She recognizes when someone is trying to undermine her, even if they laugh while doing it. She does not laugh along to keep the peace. She addresses it directly or distances herself from those who do not honor her presence. She understands that what she allows will continue, and she refuses to allow anything that diminishes her worth. Her strength intimidates those who cannot control her. Some will try to label her as too much, too confident, too independent, too self-assured, but she does not shrink to fit their limited perception. She refuses to let their opinions define her. She does not seek revenge, but lets her absence speak for itself. When someone disrespects her, she does not argue or try to make them realize their mistake. She does not waste energy forcing an apology. She simply removes herself, and when she leaves, her absence is felt. People soon realize she was a woman of value, and losing her was their loss, not hers. She attracts respect because she embodies it. She does not beg for kindness, loyalty, or love. She naturally draws these things because she carries them within herself. She leads by example, showing others how to treat her by the way she treats herself. She invests in people who invest in her, but does not chase relationships that require her to prove her worth. Above all, she understands that true respect starts from within. She refuses to settle for anything that does not align with her values. She knows that when she fully respects herself, she will attract those who truly see and appreciate her for who she is. She is unshakable, unstoppable, and undeniably chosen. She is destined for greatness. She carries a quiet confidence that comes from knowing she is never alone on this journey. This is not arrogance. It is assurance. It is a deep and unwavering belief that she is guided, protected, and strengthened beyond what the eye can perceive. It is the understanding that no matter how many times she stumbles, she will always rise. It is the certainty that no matter how tough life becomes, she will never be abandoned. Her faith is her anchor. It is what keeps her steady when everything around her feels unstable. It is what grants her peace in times of uncertainty. It is the force that fuels her determination when the road ahead looks impossible. Because of this, she moves forward with courage, knowing she is aligned with something far greater than herself. She carries an aura, wisdom, that makes her stand out. This wisdom is not merely about intelligence or acquiring knowledge. It is something much deeper. It is an understanding that allows her to see beyond the surface, beyond emotions, beyond fleeting circumstances. She is not easily deceived by appearances nor quick to react based on temporary feelings. She possesses a clarity that enables her to navigate life with intention and purpose. Her wisdom is not something she brags about, nor does she feel the need to prove herself to others. It is evident in the way she speaks, the way she moves, and the way she makes choices. She does not waste her energy on trivial matters or unnecessary distractions. She does not indulge in gossip, drama, or meaningless conflicts because she knows such things drain her strength. Instead, she focuses on what truly matters, channeling her energy into building, growing, and uplifting. She has learned that silence often carries more weight than words. She does not feel compelled to explain herself to those who are committed to misunderstanding her. She does not engage in pointless debates to prove a point. Instead, she allows her actions to speak on her behalf. She understands that wisdom is not about always having the last word. It is about knowing when to step back, when to listen, and when to simply observe. She knows that not every battle is worth fighting and not every opinion requires a response. She is discerning. She does not let just anyone enter her life. She understands that the company she keeps has the power to shape her journey. She does not entertain negativity or keep people around merely for the sake of companionship. She values quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. She is selective with her time, her attention, and her heart. She does not allow everyone access to her mind or emotions because she knows that not everyone deserves that privilege. She understands timing. She knows that not everything needs to happen immediately. She does not make rushed decisions or act impulsively. She exercises patience when necessary, allowing events to unfold as they are meant to. She does not chase after what is not meant for her. She trusts that what is truly hers will arrive at the right time. She is wise enough to wait, prepare, and embrace the process rather than forcing something to happen prematurely. She learns from her past instead of repeating it. She does not make the same mistakes over and over again. She treats every lesson as valuable, ensuring she evolves from each experience. She is not afraid to reflect on her past, not to dwell in regret, but to ensure she does not fall into the same patterns. She understands that wisdom is shaped through experience, and she views her past as a teacher, not a burden. She does not let emotions dictate her choices. She knows that feelings are fleeting, but decisions have lasting effects. She does not make life-altering choices when she is angry, sad, or overwhelmed. Instead, she gives herself the space to think, evaluate, and make informed decisions with a clear mind. She understands that wisdom is not just about knowing what to do, it is about knowing when to do it. She is not led by the crowd. She does not follow trends or popular opinions just for the sake of fitting in. She makes choices based on her values, her intuition, and her sense of purpose. She is strong enough to stand alone if needed. She is not afraid to be different because she understands that true wisdom often requires going against the norm. She is confident in her path, even when others do not comprehend it. Her wisdom is both a shield and a guide. It protects her from harm, steers her toward the right opportunities, and enables her to walk through life with clarity and resilience. It is not something that can be taken from her, nor does it diminish with time. It is an integral part of who she is, deeply rooted within her, shaping her into the remarkable woman she was always meant to be. She carries a strong sense of purpose that directs every step she takes. She does not drift through life without direction, nor does she allow the opinions of others to determine her path. She knows she was created for something meaningful, something that cannot be shaken by temporary difficulties. This sense of purpose is what drives her forward, even when the journey is challenging. It is what gives her the strength to stand tall when others expect her to fall. Her purpose is not defined by external validation. She does not seek approval from the world, nor does she measure her worth by the recognition she receives. She understands that purpose is not about applause, fame, or admiration. It is about fulfilling the calling placed within her soul. Whether the world acknowledges her or not, she remains unwavering. Whether she is praised or criticized, she does not falter. She does not waste time on things that do not serve her mission. She is focused, disciplined, and intentional. She understands that every decision she makes either brings her closer to her purpose or pulls her away from it. She does not engage in distractions that steal her focus. She values her time because she knows it is precious. She is committed to her journey and refuses to let anything deter her. She is resilient in the face of challenges. She knows that walking in purpose is not always easy. She understands that obstacles and struggles are part of the path, but she does not let difficulties break her spirit. She rises every time she falls. She learns from every setback. She does not quit when things get tough. She adapts. She grows, and she continues moving forward. She does not rush, nor does she panic when things do not go as planned. She trusts that everything is happening at the right time. She is patient, knowing that purpose is not a final destination but a continuous journey. She does not compare herself to others because she understands her path is unique. She inspires those around her, often without realizing it. Her strength, discipline, and focus naturally set her apart. She does not need to announce her purpose. The way she carries herself makes it evident. She trusts her instincts. She does not wait for permission before taking action. She knows that her intuition is a gift, guiding her in the right direction. She is relentless. No matter what obstacles arise, she keeps going. She does not settle for less than what she was created for. She does not shrink herself to fit spaces that were never meant for her. She knows she was born for this, chosen for this, and nothing can take that away.